Hey guys, this is the Red Book of Westmarch, and here I have my new SMRI, and this is going to be the last video that I'm going to make for this particular weapon. As soon as I'm done making this video, I'm going to take it apart. So, what I wanted you to do within this video is to just look at the gun, look at some of the features, kind of give you guys ideas for some of your guns. So first off, we can talk a little bit about the gun itself. Right now I have two stocks. You have this basic one that I think I prefer more than the one I have on it. I just made this one today. It's nice, looks cool, but it's not as practical. This one is easier to get to the release. This one you kind of have to reach either inside or push from the outside. So on the Instructable that I just posted today, there are two different versions. The first version is the SMRI IAR, excuse me, and the IAR stands for Infantry Automatic Rifle. Now, obviously, this gun is not going to be fully automatic, sadly. If it was, that'd be awesome, but it's not. So, what I mean by that is the Colt Firearms just came out with a gun. I think it's like the M960 IAR. Essentially, what I wanted to do is take the gun at the suggestion of the TheDunkis and sort of make it an IAR. So that was what I did at first off. So it has a longer barrel and it has this drum magazine to sort of give it the IAR look. Then you can attach this bipod, which you put here in this empty space left open. You just attach it like so, and then it has a really cool look of an IAR. The second version is an SBR. Now, SBR is another term used for short-barreled rifle, and so what I like to do is just take apart the barrel. For the IAR, it'd be about this long. For the SBR, it's about this long. And in fact, I'll just do that right now. So how you sort of change the barrels is you just unattach it like so. Let me unattach these here. Now, one thing you're going to notice about this video is I'm not using my regular tripod, and the reason for that is beforehand I was using my mother's camera. She wasn't a big fan of me using it all the time. In fact, I used it more than she did, and so now I'm just decided to use my smartphone more. So that is what I'm doing. And this is the SBR version. So you just sort of remove the middle part, and again, if it was to be infantry automatic rifle, it'd be quite a bit longer, so that the heavier barrel would be a tad bit more accurate. It wouldn't overheat as easily, etc., etc. So what else can we talk about? The foregrip is easily removable and attachable. All you have to do to remove it is just pull it backwards while you're holding it. I think I can do it like this. So now all you have to do to get it back in is you just flip open the latch, attach it. Hold on, I'm trying to do this and look at the phone at the same time to make sure we have the same angles here. You attach it, then you pick the gun up, twist it into position. Hold on, give me a second here. Again, this is hard to do with only one hand. Twist it into position, and you pull the latch, and you push up, and there you go. It's locked into position. So it's easy to quickly change out. Obviously, the magazines are going to be easy to change out. I would do that for you, but because I have to pull the firing pin back, because these magazines are preloadable, I would have to pull the firing pin back to get the magazine out. I'll have to do that later. I don't even know if I'll have time to do that in this video. So that's the SBR version. I like this stock. I think it's a lot prettier than this one is, but it's not as useful, and this is probably a tad bit sturdier. So let me do a quick stock exchange here. Hey, get it? Stock exchange? Yeah, never mind. Hold on, let me put the phone down. And so that's how easy it is to do a stock exchange. You just yank off the first one and attach the second one. Again, the stock is going to be a little bit sturdier, but not as good looking. If you want me to do a magazine change, I guess I can do that. Let me set the phone down. So I pull the firing pin back, then I can just dry fire it here. Hold on. And there we have the drum magazine. Again, I guess I haven't said this, but I prefer that magazine. I think it looks cooler. But the drum magazine kind of gives it, again, the IAR look. I'm not going to attach this. That takes too long, and it's not as sturdy as I'd like it to be. But this is another cool thing I want to show you now. A lot of the times when we add sights and stuff, we either add a gigantic scope or a relatively large size red dot. And I decided to make it really, really small and short. So I kind of took the hint from some of the guns and ammo magazines that we have. And lots of people use these really short red dots. They're really small, and I guess they're useful for like close range firefights and things like that. So I decided to take a hint from the real world and make a really small sight. Now, regardless of whether it helps with accuracy, it is cool. To be honest, I've never been a big fan of Kinex gun sights in general because I believe that they don't really help with the accuracy. The best you can do is pretty much just guess where your round is going to go. So this is how you attach it. You just flip up the little Y rod that is there, and hold on, I'm trying to get it to go in its last snap position. Man, it's so hard to do stuff with only one hand. Alright, so then, of course, it's not as sturdy as I'd like it to be. When you're holding it up in the air, it's not that big of a deal. So then you have the sight. Works pretty well. I got my hand in the way, let me move it. And so, there you go. It kind of makes the gun uglier, but it's, you know, hey, if you feel like you want an extra sight, have at it. So I guess what I should do now is just sort of give you guys an idea of what it shoots like. So, in order to do that, I'm going to have to set my phone down again. Give me a second. And now I'm going to be loading the magazine with 2 rounds. And to be honest, I'm not a big fan of preloadable magazines. I know a lot of guys on Instructables are. To be honest, I am not one of those guys, just because I don't know. I guess I don't really like preloadable magazines, and I don't like non-preloadable magazines. Let me get a pillow so I don't shoot my wall full of holes. And give me just a second again. Alright, so I'm going to have to be shooting left-handed because I'm going to hold the camera with my right hand. But to give you an idea, we got the firing pin. I haven't pulled the stock back, but obviously, if you pull the stock back, then you'll have good distance between your shoulder and the firing pin. And adjust the front sight here. So then you'd look down the sights, and you'd fire. So yeah, that's the gun. Really nice. Again, if you haven't seen the Instructable, again, it was designed by TheDunkis. Really modular, fun to play around with, and I hope I'll get some pictures for you guys to build your own versions, and I'd love to see either reviews of my version or really epic versions from you guys. So thanks again. Red Book of West March out.